Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the 996 Guy channel. My name is Wade, and thank you for tuning in. Like I said in my previous video, I changed the name of the channel to something else, and I changed it back to the 996 Guy. So for those of you that are still here, thank you. And in this video, I'm here in the garage. I wanted to make a quick video about everything that needs to be done in my 996. The 996 is running flawlessly. It's not like it's like broke down and like just sitting here in the garage. There's nothing major wrong with it. Just a few mostly cosmetic things. But I would like to eventually bring this car up to a concourse level car. And that's not even what I'm going to talk about in this video. But it would take a lot, even though the car looks pretty good, it would take a lot to bring it up to a concourse level condition. So what I'll do is, and there's a reason I'm here in the garage, what I'll do is I'll kind of go bumper to bumper and kind of go over everything that needs to be done, starting with the paint. The paint on this car is getting very scratched. I paint corrected it back in, I think, the summer of 2018, and I have a video on the channel that I didn't really do a very good job of, going over how I did it, but it was kind of like a before and after video, a very long before and after video. But if you look closely, you can see, and the car is dirty, it's been sitting for about a day. It's kind of dusty, but if you look closely, and this is why I chose the garage, there's a lot of swirl marks in the paint. A lot. There's certain things that probably won't be able to come out of the paint, like this right here. But what I need to do is get a paint measure and see how much paint is left on the car before I do any kind of paint correction. I could even do like a small, like a very light correction on the paint, and it would look a lot better than this. But the paint is pretty bad. It's just that most people can't tell, because the car is, a lot of people see it outside, and the paint, it doesn't show up, like the paint doesn't, and the paint, it doesn't show all the imperfections in the sun. A lot of people think that it's just, this like flawless car, but it is not. A lot of swirls. And then the next thing that needs to be done is the headlights. The headlights, they keep going brown. I parked the car outside for, I think, 4 or so years, and they got foggy. The paint damaged the lens, and they got foggy. I did them myself. Came out okay. Then it sat outside some more. The sun damaged it again. I had my mechanic. He's actually pretty good at doing the headlights, and that was the last time. He's actually pretty good at polishing these up. So he did it, and it came out great. And they're still clear, but there's like a yellow. You probably can't tell on camera, but there's like a yellowish, brownish tint to the lens. And I do not know if I'm going to be able to get these cleared up or not, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to do my best to videotape it. Won't be like the correction video that I made where it was kind of like a before and after. I'm going to do my best to kind of show you guys what I'm doing, and it might not work, who knows, but I'll try, we'll see. So there's the paint, and then go down to the wheels. You probably can't see it on camera very well, but all 4 of the wheels are starting to get road rash along the edges, and that's not because I curb the car. I'm very careful about not curbing it, but it's just over time. I've had this car for almost 10 years, and it's, the wheels they're just gonna end up being chipped up, especially near the sidewall of the tire. That's probably where the most damage is. So I need to kind of fix that up. Then if you move back here to the rear tail light, you can see right here, there's a crack. Both of them actually have to be replaced. There's a crack in both of them. And that is probably why this light keeps going out. I think it's this one. One of them keeps going out, and I have to keep replacing the bulb. So I'm pretty sure that water and moisture is seeping in, and then shorting out the light, and then, you know, I have to replace it. So these are actually very expensive. Well, not super expensive, but I think they're like $1,100 or $1,200. So yeah, I'm gonna have to you know, probably spend like $2,200, $2,300 on taillights. But you know, I'm gonna shop around. You know, maybe I can find them cheaper, but they're also very easy to replace. You know, all you have to do is just open up the rear engine bay, and then there's a few screws, pop it out, pop back in. I've watched some videos on it. Maybe I'll do that. That's something that I can record as well. But yeah, those need to be replaced. The rear deck back here, this whole thing is eventually gonna have to be replaced. It still works, still goes up and down when I'm doing whatever, 77 miles an hour or whatever, but it's starting to fade, and I think it's gonna be time for it to, at some point it's gonna conk out, but soon it'll be time to replace it. It's not a priority. And then over here on the other side of the car, down here, the rear mud flap has a crack in it right there. That's pretty easy to fix. It's pretty cheap too. But every time my mechanic brings it up, I just tell him to not worry about it. We'll do it another day or whatever. But that needs to be changed. And it's pretty cheap. I can't remember how much, but it's not bad. And then inside the car, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on camera, but no, you can't see it, but there's foam that's been coming out of the vents. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. Foam that shoots up from all the vents, all these over here, and then the top vent up there by the windshield defroster. And that is a very common issue with the 996s. Apparently there's foam inside that starts to rot and disintegrate, and then it comes through the vents once it disintegrates, which is kind of gross because, you know, if I've got this thing pointed towards my face and, you know, I've got it up on full blast, you know, I'm going to get a face full of foam or particles, which can't be good for my lungs. I think there's, you can't see it, but there's like particles of foam, you know, in the car, like especially on the floor, on the carpet and whatnot. You know, and I do my best to vacuum it up, but that, I don't know if I think that's a pretty expensive fix, and I think it would take a while because they'd have to take the whole dash off and then replace whatever it is, wherever the foam is in the car. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what most people do is just let the foam disintegrate and just keep vacuuming it like I do, and then you know, eventually it'll stop. So, and then over here, and I've made videos about this as well, the indicator stock it gets stuck, or it sticks when you turn it. So, you know, if I'm not paying attention, you know, my indicator will be on for, you know, for a while, for miles, unless I put it back physically into place, into the neutral position. I mean, this is a problem that I've had for like, I want to say like 8 years. Like a few years after I bought the car, that was like one of the first things that broke. But it doesn't bother me. I'm actually very conscious about that, and you know, when I go around a corner, I just make sure I turn off my indicator. And I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. And what I should do is make another video where I tally up the costs of all that stuff. Some of it is going to be my labor, you know, like the paint and the headlights and possibly the taillights. you know, I can do all that myself, but what I should do is make a tally of what I will spend. Here's a better interior shot of the car. Oh, right here, forgot. Glad I did this. This needs to be fixed. This is also a very common issue in, I think, all Porsches, Porsche 911s at least. This side bolster starts to wear out and you know, crack and whatever. And I've done my best over the years. I take such good care of this car, and I condition the leather and, you know, rub leather conditioner on it, but it's still cracked. So I've got to get that fixed at some point, or maybe not, I don't know. You know, if it's going to be a concours car at some point, then right here too, then I guess like this stuff would have to get cleaned up. I don't know. I know they like to see consistency with wear and tear on the car, so it might be okay. So there's that. So anyways, that's the end of the video. I thought I was gonna have to bring the car out of the garage to show you guys a little bit more, but I was able to get around. This garage space is very tight, so I'm glad I was able to walk around. Please follow and subscribe and like and comment and all that good stuff, and I will be coming out with more content soon. More content soon on my car. I want to make a cost of ownership video, a 10-year ownership video, and kind of let you guys know how much it's cost to own this car over the last 9.5 years. I don't think I'm going to wait until the summer, which is technically 10 years since I bought the car, but yeah. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.